Welcome into Dallas Mavericks Today by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Harrison Graham, coming off a Game 1 loss to the Phoenix Suns, 121-114. Dallas fought till the end, but after a 9-0 spurt to start the game for Phoenix, playing catch-up the rest of the way and never quite caught up. Cut it to 4 late in the second quarter. Cut it to 5, I believe, late in the fourth, but not enough to overcome an offensive juggernaut that was Phoenix. Luka Doncic, we'll talk about him, 45, 12, and 8. Maxi Kleber gave you 19 off the bench, but quite frankly, you didn't get enough from Jalen Brunson and Spencer Dinwiddie, whereas Phoenix had balanced scoring, 6 guys in double figures. A 7th player had 9 points. Booker, Paul, and Ayton all had a pretty good impact on this game, and balanced scoring enough for Phoenix as they take this one by a touchdown, 7 points, 121-114. I like the fight tonight. What is your one-word reaction to the Mavs loss? Get your votes in down in the comment section. Through 3 quarters, I would have said discouraging, but with the fourth quarter and the way the Mavs played, outscoring Phoenix by 10 in the fourth, I'll actually say encouraging. I think that gives you a little bit of hope heading into Game 2, and what should also give you hope is that I think the Mavs have the best player in this series. Luka Doncic tonight, 45 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists, 15 of 30 from the floor, 10 of 25 at one point, made his final 5 shots. And we'll bring in producer Jeffrey Cooperstein tonight, who produced our live watch party, hanging out with me late on a Monday night. And Coop, what's so fascinating is Luka wasn't special tonight, and he still goes for 45, 12, and 8. He's going to give the Mavs at least a chance in this series.
That just shows how special he is. He scores 45. He's not special, but the Mavs need him to do everything. He needs to get the most points. He needs to get the most rebounds. He needs to get the most assists. And he plays 44 minutes the entire second half, and it wasn't enough tonight.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's what's tough, right, is like he carries so much of a load, not only as a scorer, but he runs the offense. He finds open guys for threes. I thought Dallas missed some open looks in the second half. They ended up 16 of 39 from 3. We joked during the game, Coop, that they needed to make 20 threes to win this game. Had they done that, they probably would have won it. They made 16. And look, they missed a couple down the stretch that would have given them a chance when they were fighting late. Dorian Finney-Smith missed a couple, although overall he had a good second half. You make a couple more of those, make it a little more interesting, but you're playing catch-up the whole game. It makes it tough on you on the road.
Yeah, definitely. And look, they got a lot of the open looks that they like. You know, they like that Kleber in the corner and Finney-Smith and Bullock. All those guys got the shots that they normally get. They just didn't make all of them. And it's not like the Mavs played terribly on offense tonight. They just, Phoenix just got whatever they wanted whenever they wanted, and that's the main reason why the Mavs lost tonight, and they're in a 1-0 hole here.
Yeah, another reason I would say they lost is Jalen Brunson, who's been Luka's sidekick in the playoffs. He was Batman for the first 3 games when Doncic was out against Utah. Didn't have his best game, 6 of 16, 13 points, and he started 2 of 9, so he really didn't get going until the fourth, where Dallas tried to make a heroic rally that ultimately fell up short. Did make some shots in the fourth. You hope that carries over. I feel like you need Jalen Brunson or somebody to average 20-plus in this series next to Doncic. You got to get him a primary, secondary scorer, and Luka didn't have that tonight. Brunson, 13, Finney-Smith, 15. Maxi had 19 off the bench. Most of that damage done in the first half, though. You need consistent scoring from someone behind Doncic. Doesn't have to be the same guy every game, but it was nobody in this game, and that was a big reason, with also what Coop said, Phoenix's awesome offense, to why the Suns won Game 1. Now, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. More Mavericks news and rumors videos coming at you throughout the playoffs and on into the offseason, but we hope that isn't for a while, as we still hope the Dallas Mavericks could get into this series and give themselves a chance to win it. But hit that subscribe button for more videos here on this channel. Now, I do want to talk about Chris Paul, who made some tough shots, including a miraculous bank shot in the fourth quarter, but, overall wasn't crazy good. 3 assists. I mean, you love that number if you are Dallas. Grabbed 5 rebounds, and I do think the rebounding is an important talking point when looking at Game 1. Dallas got out-rebounded 51-36. DeAndre Ayton grabbed 8 of those. He killed the Mavs in the first half, but scoreless in the fourth quarter, I believe. 12 of 15 at one point, missed his final 5 shots. 25 and 8 for the big man down low. That was a point we talked about coming into into this series, Coop, is you can't let DeAndre Ayton dominate. He didn't dominate for 4 quarters, but the work he did in the first half kind of was enough to make the deficit too large for Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, in that first half, he was getting whatever he wanted in the paint, and the Mavs really don't have a guy that can counteract that.
No.
They go out there with Dwight Powell and Maxi Kleber, and those guys are, they're just not athletic enough to deal with Ayton's strength there in the paint. And you have a guy like Marquise Chris off the bench. I wonder if Jason Kidd makes that adjustment and maybe throws him in there in game 2.
Something they did in the fourth quarter, Coop, and we saw this against Utah in the second half to try and make that a game in game 6, and it worked, was the go small lineup. It's like if you're already getting beat on the boards and by Ayton, maybe you go small, space the floor. It worked in the fourth. They won by 10. I'm not saying you can do that for huge stretches of every game, but if you can't match with Ayton, maybe you say, okay, we can't guard him anyway. Let's space Phoenix out more, make him guard on the perimeter. It could be an option in game 2 moving forward.
Yeah, they kind of did that with Dorian Finney-Smith here tonight. They played him at the 5 for, I would say, probably 5 to 8 minutes there. Yeah. And it kind of worked where the Mavs are just trying to stretch the floor as much as possible. Because, look, they're not going to compete with Ayton. I think Ayton could have a monster game in game 2 if the Mavs don't figure out a game plan to really stop him in the paint. But most importantly, the Mavs just got to rebound better. Luka has 12 rebounds. You just cannot have 2 rebounds from Maxi Kleber and Dwight Powell, who are your 2 big guys. They get 1 rebound each. It just can't happen.
Bullock and Finney-Smith gave him 6 each. I mean, that's a decent number, but Powell, 1 rebound. Brunson, 2 rebounds. Kleber, 1. Bertans, 1. Dinwiddie only gives you 3. Josh Green gets you 2. Whereas you look at Phoenix, Crowder, 8. Bridges, 7. Ayton, 8. Chris Paul and Cam Payne combined for 10 from the point guard position. Devin Booker gets 9 rebounds tonight. It can't happen. That's 4 above his average. So if you're Dallas, it's a team effort. That's what Kidd talked about in the first round. And they were able to adjust after getting killed on the glass in game 1 against Utah. We'll see if they can at least keep it within 10 boards in game 2, because in game 1 got out-rebounded by 15 by the Phoenix Suns. Who was the MVP of tonight's game? Hard to say. Through first 2.5, 3 quarters, I would have said DeAndre Ayton, but didn't have much of an impact in the fourth. You could go him. You could go Chris Paul, who didn't have a great statistical night, but just controlled the paint. I mean, is it Luka? Even though they lost, he's definitely the Mavs MVP in this game. Without him, they probably lose this game by 30. Let us know in the comments who you guys thought was the Game 1 MVP. Some final thoughts and a look ahead to Game 2, and then we will sign off here as Phoenix wins 121-114. Again, it's hard to know if things carry over in the postseason, but you outscored Phoenix 35-25 in the fourth. Got some stops. I thought that was promising after at one point it looked like Phoenix was going to score 130, 140 points. That did not happen. Dallas at least gave themselves a little bit of a chance down the stretch. We'll see if that carries over into Game 2, which is going to be on Wednesday night in Phoenix, same time, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central Time, as the Dallas Mavericks look to even the series. And hey, if you can find a way to get a split, you've got a chance coming home for a pair of matchups. Who's going to win Game 2? Type DAL for the Mavericks, type PHX for the Phoenix Suns. Get your votes in. I think I saw enough in the fourth that at least gives me some hope that Dallas should have a chance on Wednesday. But let's be honest, this Phoenix team's a juggernaut. It's going to be very, very difficult. Type DAL for the Mavs, PHX for the Suns. That's going to do it for us here on a Monday night, or if you're watching on Tuesday morning, hang in there, MFFLs. Dallas lost Game 1 in the first round, won that series in 6, but I will concede Phoenix is a different animal compared to Utah. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see if we do a Game 2 watch party. If you joined us for Game 1, that was a lot of fun. I had fun doing some play-by-play once again. Signing off here on Mavericks Today, I'm Harrison Graham for producer Jeffrey Cooperstein. We will see you in the next video here on Mavericks Today.